let's get started. Talk to me a little bit about Fit and Thick and how you started.
Okay, so the company was founded in 2013. I was modeling at the time and also posting my workouts on Instagram, and it was like around the time when fitness first started to really take off on Instagram. I realized I started to have influence, and I had, this following on social media, and that I could either take those comments that people are saying and I could conform to what their standards of beautiful were at the time, or I could say, this is who I am, and I could own it. And that's the decision that I made, was to say, I am fit and I am thick.
Tell me about the most significant story.
Yeah, there's lots of stories, but the one that is close to my heart and will stick with me forever is a young girl by the name of Violeni Esteves. She's from the town of Carrasco, which is very remote. It's the poorest community we've ever worked in. Finding your purpose is not an easy thing to do, and when you actually find it, you almost have an obligation to honor it and to fulfill that purpose, to give back for everything that you have in your life.
Those fundamentals stay the same no matter what.
No matter what business it is. The seed was planted by my parents. They had faith in me, and they knew that I was lacking direction, so they kind of said, well, you're good at it, so here's a little idea.
So it was an opportunity that you saw and you took it. So you guys have been successful. You launched the Kickstarter. Can you talk to me a little bit about how you first started, some of the challenges? What are you expecting for 2017?
I mean, for the past year, we've been researching, developing new prototypes, creating new content. What we've created it surpasses anything we've ever done. I mean, when you're in this industry, you do get better, you do improve. You improve everything from your content, to your graphics, to your media, to your products, to the quality, to the manufacturing, the supply chain management. Everything gets better.
Do you think that you inherited some type of entrepreneur gene that allowed you to create Mahali Hali?
Absolutely. I think it skipped my mom and went over to me, and I'm very grateful for it. I've always been very creative, and I love making things my own. She definitely passed that down to me, and she still instills it in me today. And everything needs to come together. I can't just always create.
A woman of many hats.
Yes, something like that.
So how did you guys get together? Talk to me about the first steps that led you to create Creative Glue.
We've always been a couple that likes to unite people, likes to unite talent, work with different clients, but also work with creatives. And we both have a left brain, right brain mixture.
It was definitely something different that I hadn't seen in any other type of networking event.
Like 5 of our friends have actually become entrepreneurs through our events because of all the connections that they've made. They said, you know what? I've got an investor, and thank you for hooking me up with that graphic designer. I got my logo, and I'm building my website next week, and I've got investment, man, and help me out do an event.
We kind of put together this insane business plan, and we were analyzing everything, sitting at donut shops for hours, just figuring out what people were buying, how much they were buying of it, what the most popular flavors were, what they were doing differently, tasting them, writing notes. We had I don't even know, 400 pages of notes. It was really intense.
If you're in Miami, you most probably know about the Salty Donut. And even in the United States, you guys were also in the Food Network.
Yeah.
Yo, throw the textbook away. You're good enough to write the textbook. Write it yourself. All 4 of us had the same dream, had the same goal. And I believe when you have the same goal and the same dream, you're always on the same page.
We're family. Family working toward a common goal.
But let's bring it back a bit. Where does Mike come in?
I was standing behind the DJ booth and I'm looking out into the crowd. I'm like, there's a really big market for this. I'm studying all this stuff right now. I'm like, hold on, tomorrow I'm gonna go to the library. I have to study for a test anyways for one of my finals. I'm like, let me see what's going on in this market.
There's the right way to do something, there's the wrong way to do something, and there's a red rabbit way to do something.
Somewhere in there.
You know what I mean? Which is somewhere in the middle.
Everything aligned from the beginning,
Sure.
with the 3 of you guys.
Yeah,
I feel like.
it gets crazier.